Hey everybody who's watching. It's a late night and I'm not getting out of bed after putting the kids to bed today. So here I am. This is my bed. This is my bed here. It's gonna be a short little check-in because my day is gone. But I did promise to do it every day for 111 days. So here I am. I am very tired, so it's not gonna be long. But since I'm already here, I will tell you a few things that's up. So I keep saying how busy I am. So what am I busy with? Um, so I'm not working officially. At the moment, I'm not even really dealing with any projects. So I was a nurse for 10 years, and now I've been home with kids for 10 years. My eldest daughter, she is 10, and my son is turning 7 on Christmas Eve. So I've been home. They didn't go to preschool, so I've been home with them all this time, 10 years now. My son started school last year, so that was my first year that I thought, oh yes, I can do something. And I was, trying to focus more on my doula business to get that going. I only had a few clients and I realized it's just not gonna happen now because the kids are still small, the school days are short, and doula work would require a lot of on-call time, me being able to drop everything and go if I need to, and I just don't have a network of people to just lean on to leave my kids with and say like, oh, I have to go now. It was very stressful to be on call, so I've paused this doula work for now. Plus, we started massive renovations in our house as well. It's not massive in a way that we're not building anything, not extending anything. So in Ireland, this is a house from 1950s, a usual, typical for Irish 3-bed, semi-detached. It's already extended, but it's cold and moldy, and we had our heating system that was more than 20 years old. Last anything was done, the extension was done a little bit more than 20 years ago, and so we have just changed the windows. It's not completely finished. The finishing touches are not done, so the windows are changed, the door is changed, the back door, the French doors, they're changed. We did some window changes. We created a new window where there was no window. We closed up another window. We made one little window very big. So a lot of decision making in my head, a lot of actual organizing things. There's so much that I didn't even realize, so many more decisions. I was like, oh great, new windows, what color we want them. But there's so many more decisions to make what color you want them. Anyway, I'm not gonna get complaining about all the nitty gritty. It's fun time, it's great, it's so exciting when things are starting to happen and move, and you can see physically, yes, we have new windows, and the house finally is warm because we have done an attic insulation and full external insulation as well. So insulation is like the wraparound, we call it here in Ireland. It's on, so it's already effective, but it's not finished. We have still scaffolding all over the house, and they still need to kind of render and paint and so much. Hopefully the big works outside will be done for Christmas, but they're literally hoping to finish on the 23rd. We'll see. What else we're doing? Windows insulation. These are the two big jobs now. Oh, the whole new heating system. We moved around some of the radiators, got some new ones, kept some old ones. Some had to literally reposition from one wall in the room to a different wall, got rid of some of them, created new ones where there wasn't any before, since we were at it. And then we'll take a little pause for Christmas with this big works, and then next year, hopefully February, March, we'll have all new floors, and a new kitchen. And well, these are the big things. But then hopefully we have something left over for a sauna and a new couch and some curtains as well. We might run out of money before the curtains. Oh, and downstairs bathroom for sure, but upstairs might have to really wait because of this. Everything adds up more than you expect always when you do some building work. You think you can do something with a budget. I don't know. Does anybody ever get any building projects done within the budget? I don't know. Does it ever happen? I've never heard of such a story. Tell me in the comments if you have a story where you planned some building work, renovation work, and it turned out to be cheaper than you planned. I suppose one thing in a whole project turned out to be cheaper. One worksman came with a really good friend of ours was doing some works, and he ended up being here much longer than he anticipated. So we expected a colossal bill, but it wasn't actually that bad. It was shockingly low. Actually, my husband, he offered more money to our friend. It's like, no, this is too cheap. We didn't want, like, yes, friend prices in a way that, don't rip us off, but not friend prices in a way that you don't have to do it like half free. So this thing is really keeping me so busy. And it's not only the building work is happening. I'm not building, but what's happening is so much decision making, so much going to this shop, making that appointment, making this decision, so many like minute, tiny little decisions of your windowsills. Like you have to order them, so it's not like somebody's gonna order them for you. So the windowsill people are asking like, okay, do you want this type windowsill or you don't want this? Do you want this type of a windowsill? Do you want this much of a overhang or this much? We recommend this between this much and this much, but you still have to make some kind of a decision. So there's all of these decisions that I couldn't have even dreamt of. Luckily, my husband is doing a lot of them, but sometimes it comes to me like, what do you think? Is this overhang of this windowsill should be like 20 or 25 millimeters? I'm like, oh my God, whatever. But other things I'll be like, why didn't you tell me? I wanted to make this decision with you. Anyway, it's a journey. No, but what really makes a lot of mess is when they changed the heating system, everything had to come out of storage. When they changed the attic insulation, everything had to come out of attic. We've lived here 10 years. We have 2 kids. We have so much stuff up in the attic. So when we took it all down, I was like, no way we are putting all of this junk back up. Yes, so some things we're definitely keeping, like Halloween decorations and whatnot. And they are going back up to the attic. But there's so much stuff that I don't even know what it is. It has to be sold, like some bikes of the kids that are actually good quality bikes that you still get like a few €100 back. Well, hopefully at least 100 per bike. But you have to take the picture and put it up on sale and then wait until somebody actually wants to buy it. So I'm like, okay, we take the picture first and then you can put it back in the attic if there's no interest. And half the things have to leave the house one way or another, either just give away somebody or try to sell or bring it to straight into the, like, very few things I could just straight throw into the skip because otherwise they wouldn't be in the attic in the first place. So yes, there's just piles and piles and piles of stuff everywhere. Kids' clothes, kids' art. Oh my God. And the Christmas is coming. As I mentioned, my son has a birthday on Christmas Eve. So I have to not only plan the Christmas presents, but also the birthday present and the actual birthday. And he wants to do pass the parcel. I have to find some boxes and some stuff to put into the boxes. And I actually have to wrap those boxes into pass the parcels. Somebody want to do that job for me? And then it's very hard to organize birthday party just before Christmas. So there's all this, oh, I can't come to that day. And I'm like, half the people couldn't come on that day that I want to have the party. And then I was like, oh, maybe I could do it the next day. So I'm going around one by one asking people, could you do it the next day? Because I was going to only have 10 children in my house, just something low key. But many families are 2 or 3. So literally 2 people told me that they can't come to that day on that day, but that's 5 children. That's half the people. So I was like trying to navigate, oh, can we do it a different day? But then somebody else can't come. So that happened. Plus, I will tell you later more about it, but I was just in India for 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I'm already back 2 weeks. But, you know, my husband was full-time working, full-time plus. It's not like he's doing just a 9 to 5. It's plus. And managing the kids, we have no family to, you know, to come in and take the kids and pick them up from school or anything. So we actually, it was quite pricey. We ended up paying somebody to help us in the afternoon sometimes, some of the days, and was trying to organize a few play dates. Like few friends who would take the kids just for the afternoon for a few hours. But basically my husband with the kids and animals and the house was completely on the survival mode. So the kids survived, yay, husband survived, the animals survived, not so much the plants. Some of the plants ended up dying. That's okay. Get new plants. I love shopping new plants, so that's okay. Anyway, everybody was fed and happy. But, you know, bare minimum got done in the house, so everything was like falling behind. The laundry was falling behind, the hoovering, none of the piles of stuff were done. All the decisions about the house were piling up because, you know, many things he wanted to discuss with me or go to the showroom together, or so many things were on pause while I was away in the house development as well. So when I came back, I went straight into the roller coaster, plus the new animals. We already have a dog, a golden retriever, Maine Coon, a cat. And we still have 2 goldfish. So I have a fish tank that needs to be cleaned, obviously, and the fish need to be fed. But I ended up promising the kids when I come back from India that they get an animal for. So my daughter is 10 and she already had one dwarf hamster before. Unfortunately, it died. I don't know why, very early. Apparently, sometimes they do. I don't know what happened to it. But it's completely her responsibility. Well, I still have to remind her, mind you, because sometimes I'm like, ew, what's this thing? Clean this hamster. But so the hamster is not much work for me at all. But we got an axolotl, which is so much work in the beginning because who knows anything about having fish or fish tank or aquariums, you're meant to have your water in a fish tank about a month, 4 to 6 weeks before. So it's already running, the filter is running, so you're building up the bacterial population there. And you want to have a well-established ecosystem. So when you introduce the fish, their poop and the extra food maybe that they don't eat or all of this, their life is producing, you know, waste, and that will turn into toxic substances like ammonia or nitrites. So, and if you put the fish in right away from the beginning, which I did because my son was not too happy to wait another 4 weeks. He was like, no way, I'm waiting for 4 weeks. I was like, okay, I've done this before with my fish when I cycled the tank while the fish were already in, and it was fine. It just means pretty much daily water changes in the beginning and testing the water and blah, blah, blah. It takes time. Actually, it turned out to be worse than I planned because usually the spike of the toxic elements in it would be expected to be 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. It starts to kind of settle, but the axolotl, we've had it now a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and the fish tank is still not settling, and I'm still doing every day water changes, if not twice a day, plus all the research of like what can I do better, why where is the problem. I called the fish shop today. I went to the fish shop, sat in the traffic, bought a product in the end to help the fish tank along. But anyway, these are some of the things. Oh, and as if I wasn't busy enough, I started this YouTube channel. I was like, oh, thanks for myself. And as I wasn't busy enough, I was like tidying up this kid's clothes. This is a topic for another day, but because it's getting a little bit long. But I'm buying and selling a lot of my kids' clothes secondhand. So I'm very much into organic clothing, especially for my kids. And I want the kids' clothes to be cotton, but especially most of it is organic cotton and fair trade as well. These things are just important for me. And I have been from, before I had the kids, so from the babyhood, they've had the organic cotton clothes. It's quite pricey, organic cotton. And it's not only the money, but it's also, they can be still used. So I want them to go to households where they are appreciated and used and actually worn and people excited about. Plus, I really like these kind of colorful patterned children's clothes. So it's called Scandi style, Scandinavian style. So would be some brands like Dunn Sweden from Sweden, Maximora, Frugis from UK, lots of these brands. But a lot of the kids' clothes, then I buy them already secondhand from this Facebook group. And sometimes they come with tags and, or very little worn, or the child has rejected them, or they had maybe too many clothes, or they forgot it into the drawer, whatever. So I get nice clothes, nice wardrobe. Half of my kids' wardrobe comes secondhand, I'd say. And then the secondhand clothes, if my children didn't wreck them, I can sell them back into the cycle. And the new clothes that I bought new, I can sell them into the cycle as well. So as I was tidying up here, I was like, oh, this pile of clothes. I sorted them. I was like, okay, summer clothes, I'll still put it back into the storage. But this wintry clothes and kind of Christmassy wintry clothes, I decided that I'm gonna try to sell them, even though we're way too close to Christmas. But I was like, oh, I'll just one little pile of clothes. I'll just take a few pictures and sell them. And in that moment, of course, I was like, yeah, I'll take this time. I was excited. I'm moving stuff along, getting some extra pocket money for Christmas presents. And of course, then now I actually had to upload the pictures one by one, writing, typing, what's the brand, what's the size, what's the condition, what's the price. I have to make the decision in my head. What is a reasonable price to ask? And one by one, I have to upload those pictures. So I'm actually in the middle of this. I meant to do it yesterday, but my post wasn't approved until today. And then a whole day, I didn't have time for this at all. And so I'm doing it now at almost midnight after the kids gone to sleep. Oh, and if this all wasn't enough, I had a homeopath consultation for my son on Friday because he has some behavioral issues, some anger issues, some food issues, likely neurodivergent, but we decided not to diagnose at the moment, but still want to support him. So we started a new homeopathy for him, but who knows about homeopathy, which I will talk about sometime as well, and my experience about it. But who knows about homeopathy knows that things can get way worse before they get better. This is actually one of the symptoms that you got the right remedy. So, yay! The school, I'm going to, like, one of the big issues for him this year is he doesn't want to go to school. So I was there about an hour in the school, him not letting me out the school door. I was sitting there actually in the classroom with him. He's in Montessori school, so it's different setup. So everybody kind of does their own work. So it's not like in a normal school. There was no way I could go into the classroom, but in this school I could go into the classroom and sit with him and work with him. And the teachers were coming in and trying to help him to settle in and give him ideas, and he would just not let go of me until, yeah, almost an hour after the school had started when I finally left. So that's what I'm dealing with. Tomorrow I'm keeping him home for everybody's nervous system's sake. But that is not easy for me in the morning because I don't even probably get to do much because he will be here, obviously. He's gonna be bored. He already told me, Mommy, don't be on your phone and don't be doing work all day on my phone. I have things to do on my phone and I have work to do and fish tanks to clean, and anyway, should be fun. So these are just some of the things that I'm busy with. I was just talking to my neighbor and my friend who has 4 kids, and I can't even imagine having 4 kids. I would literally be, I probably would be locked up somewhere in a mental institution, I'd say. Even the 3rd one would probably push me over the edge. It's not only the kids, it's obviously I have the building works now happening as well, and I have decided to be very hands-on, available mother with all these ideas of what foods to give and all this, would be much easier clothes wise as well. It takes time to sort these clothes, find them, buy them all in different shops. Like footwear as well, is we are wearing barefoot shoes, so it's not that I can walk into my local Pennies or something and get the wardrobe and shoes from there, because I would just not be happy with that. I'm not saying nothing about people who can't afford more expensive clothes, for example. So for me, it's not the price or the brand or anything. I can not even easily, have to push it. And my husband is often like, "Oh, we can't afford this expensive clothes," and I I still keep pushing it, and I'm justifying by selling them and buying them used a lot of the time. And so my heart consciousness, I just can't let go of this and just go back into the asleep time when I could be happy just buying things from Pennies, because I'm like, well, if I'm paying €3 for this t-shirt, then how much the person who made the t-shirt is actually getting paid? And I know the answer. So which is almost like nothing. So sometimes I feel it would be much easier just to let go of all these ideas, eat instant noodles, buy clothes from Shein or Pennies, buy normal shoes, not barefoot shoes that you have to chase and find something from here and then check the different shop and then check a different shop and check the postage availability and the different, you can't try them on, all of this. Anyway, I'm quite picky with my choices. Even though to be honest, I've softened a lot as well. My initial awakening years, well, then I didn't have my kids yet. So anyway, I've been much more rigid in my ideas. Now I'm loosening up a little bit. Just gonna sometimes you just have to close a blind eye and buy, I don't know. Well, I'm still not buying instant noodles and non-barefoot shoes. So I don't know. I've loosened up a bit though. Anyway, it was gonna be a very short one, but I rambled, and now it's 25 minutes, and I still have to go and sell those clothes. Well, oh, another thing I wanted to say. I meant to actually, I don't know even where I'm looking. I wish I had a camera here to look, so I feel like I'm talking and looking here and there and everywhere, and sometimes try not to look at myself on the camera. That's very hard. But it's also even harder to just look at the camera where it's just a little black dot that I don't even see. Yeah, what I was gonna say was I meant to mention Courtney, who is channeling Zero, who started the whole FreQ Speak 111-day challenge that I'm doing here now for myself. I just feel that during the day, if I think about, oh, what should I say tonight, I always think that, oh, I should mention Courtney and I should link her. And, if anybody feels that they want to do some, join this challenge or something, or Courtney is really amazing to follow anyway. I have followed her since, I'd say, January or February. Really, really nice vibe. She's channeling, but so her message is always repeating. But apparently I need to hear the repeating message because apparently I haven't taken it fully in yet. So basically her message is, I've been on this healing journey for many years, and I'm slowly coming to this place where I'm like trying to accept that, stop this circle of healing and healing and healing, that we already healed. I've done enough healing. I can just start living now. So she's helping to remind me this pretty much daily. I listen to her. So yes, this time I'm gonna link Courtney to this video as well. And maybe I'm gonna go back and link to the other videos as well, because she's the whole reason I'm here. Some days I wish I wasn't, because today I was like, oh my god, I wanted to do my video before the kids go to bed, and then they didn't go to bed, and then they went to bed late, and here I am. I'm sure it's past midnight now. Anyway, just wanted to say shout out to Courtney, and I'm gonna link her somewhere in my description probably. And tomorrow I'll try to do a proper video sitting at the table. That's why my previous videos where you've seen me talking, it's my husband's office, and you could see the bare walls, and the window is new, but all the frames of the window is not finished yet, and the window sills are not painted, and there's some kind of probably some screws and stuff lying around. Anyway, in time I'm gonna have a better setup, probably, most likely. Another thing to do. Shop for YouTube stuff. Anyway, good night who has the night. Good day who has daytime. Bye.